Hello. Welcome to Giggles and Gratitude. I'm Dena.
And I'm Tia. And today is August 11th, 2024.
How are you today, Tia?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good.
Yay.
I'm always so happy to see you, but you just look really pretty today.
Oh.
I wish everybody could see you.
Okay. I'm glad they can't. I don't know.
We were complaining about the humidity in your hair, and you were like, you said, my hair's not going to be the same again until like January or something, but it looks really good.
Okay. Because I haven't been outside in the humidity.
So it'll fall immediately.
Oh, no. It'll just become just this most beautiful thing of straight frizz.
Straight and frizzy.
Well,
that's a skill.
Because it's not natural curl, it's natural frizz. So I look like a chichilla pet.
All right, we'll quit complaining about the weather about October, I guess. And then January we'll be back to complaining about it being cold.
Okay.
So enjoy this little window of not
we
complaining.
just complainers.
So Tia, I went to church the past week for a volunteer kids meeting. We had like a not a conference, but you went with me to a summer class about loving your neighbor, love thy neighbor. That room with the big round tables. It's a pretty big room. It's like banquet tables, I guess, and it was full. And I didn't realize that many of us are in the kids department, but it was to go over the year, things we did great, things we could improve on, and to have food together and just kind of meet everybody who works in the same department, because our church is so big we don't know everybody, and to go over the new curriculum because we have switched kids in August. I talked about that last week. They graduated our class. And so they fed us Chick-fil-A, which was good. I know you don't like Chick-fil-A food, but we had Chick-fil-A sandwiches, and then they had a big bowl of individual little chip bags, which I enjoy, little individual chip bags, and you can choose your flavor. So I chose Cheetos. This is going somewhere.
Oh, no.
What?
I've already got a vision.
Of cheese dust.
Terrified of this.
Not the crunchy Cheetos. They didn't have those. Those are my favorite. They were
puffs.
the puffs.
Right.
Thank you. So I said,
It really doesn't matter when it comes to Cheetos whether they're crunchy or puffs.
they still have the dust, right?
They still have the orange everything.
So I sat down at the table, and my supervisor, my leader, I guess I'll say, and becoming a good friend, sat beside me, and I thought, well, they always see me in my volunteer t-shirt and jeans and tennis shoes because I crawl around the floor. I think I'll dress a little bit better for this event. So I wore a bracelet. I didn't wear a t-shirt and tennis shoes, but I also added a bracelet.
Oh, okay. I thought you just put on a bracelet.
Yeah,
So I'm dressed up now.
I wore tennis shoes, t-shirt, jeans, and a bracelet. The bracelet's the point of the story, but I don't wear I don't have nice fancy jewelry. I have mostly costume jewelry. I have a few pieces that are, real medals and things, but mostly I just like to buy a lot of fun costume jewelry. I've quit buying it because I don't really have opportunity to wear it. But I thought, I'm going to slip on this bracelet. And it's like a stretchy bracelet, 5 strands of elastic, and then they're connected, and then it has gold beads, like not real gold, just costume gold beads on it. So I slipped it on. I sat down at the table, and my friend looked down and said, Dena, your bracelet just busted open. I didn't even realize it. And it was hanging off. It was caught in my sleeve and hanging off, and there was just a few beads left on it. So at some point in time, my bracelet exploded.
You have no idea when it did or where it did. Okay, and so you left a trail of beads from
like Hansel and Gretel. So I said, oh my gosh. Well, the elastic, it's like rubber bands. When you find an old bag of rubber bands, you try to use them and they just they're brittle.
Oh, yeah.
So my bracelet I had a brittle bracelet. So I was like, shoot. So a lot of them were on the table, it had just spread on the table. And apparently it had snapped, but was still kind of just hanging on in my sleeve or something. So all the beads started falling. They weren't all there, but so people at the other side of the round table were grabbing my beads as they were falling and giving my beads back. And so I thought I'll put them in my Cheeto bag because it's empty. I'm eating my Cheetos. And what am I going to do with them?
Okay.
And I was trying not to make a scene because we had speakers speaking.
Right.
So people would come up to me and hand me
beads.
Some beads once they realized where they were coming from. So by the end of the meeting, which was a couple hours long, I had a empty Cheeto bag full of beads. Okay.
Okay.
So we get up to leave. People are cleaning up the tables, gathering things up. My Cheeto bag was gone. Now, did I throw it in the trash? Did somebody else throw it in the trash? I don't know. We were gathering up all our junk and trying to get out of there and throw things away. So this was not a valuable bracelet or sentimental bracelet, but just the thought of my bracelet being in that Cheeto bag in the trash, I felt like I had to find it. So.
Oh, no.
So I was trying to be discreet, and I didn't come there with anyone. So everybody was walking out. We were getting free T-shirts for this season, 2 T-shirts. Everybody was lined up for T-shirts. So I'm trying to casually dig through the trash full of how many Cheeto bags? I don't know. And Dorito bags and Frito bags. And my third Cheeto bag, I found it. I found my bracelet. But I wondered, well, on the way home, did anyone see me, and what would they have thought? Look at Dena going through the garbage.
May I just ask why you...
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I probably paid less than $10 for that bracelet. Would you have just let it go?
I would have thrown it away myself.
Oh, I was going to try to fix it.
Okay.
That's the difference between me and you, right?
Yes, apparently.
I thought I could string those beads and make I was thinking of all the things I could do with those beads.
Oh, okay.
Happened, but I'm kind of concerned about, I know a lot of people around me knew that it broke, but the people across the room and the elders and stuff, did they think I was going through the trash looking for Cheetos?
Well, this next Sunday, if somebody hands you an envelope and it's got some money in it, you'll know why, because they're going to think that, look at her trying to go through the trash, trying to find something to eat.
Apparently she likes Cheetos.
So, yeah, they could bring you some money or a big, big bag of Cheetos.
Well, I mean, I win either way, right?
Yes, you do. Absolutely you do. I would be a little embarrassed, thinking that people saw me digging through the trash.
It kind of reminded me of when I used to wear a retainer. I was always losing my retainer, and I think I told you the story before. I went to a Sizzler steakhouse and took my retainer out and laid it on the tray. You got like an aluminum tray to go through and get your food. And as I walked out in the parking lot, I left my retainer on that tray. And when I came in, they had already bussed the table. And they said, "You're welcome to go through our trash in the kitchen. You got to go in the kitchen because that's where the big trash can is." And I sat there on the floor. The trash can tipped over they gave me a big plastic bag to lay on the floor while they cooked around me. And I dug through potato skin after potato skin, Caesar salad with the dressing dripping off of it, and steak, fat, and bones for about an hour. And I never found my retainer, but it was a long time before I could eat. Had a Sizzler again. Just people are disgusting when they leave their scrap. I mean, it's disgusting, but I never found.
Yeah, I've never been through a restaurant's trash, so I don't know.
It's gross. I don't recommend. They're like stepping over around me trying to cook. But it did remind me of that. But yeah, so that was kind of my low point of the week.
That was your low point?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's not too bad.
No.
We were talking about, what episode we were talking about? Oh, the shut up episode. Whether you let something go or speak up. Choose your battle.
Or shut up.
Yeah. I had an incident, and I think I told you last week I went to see a movie with a friend. And I'm going to tell this story, and she listens. She doesn't always listen, but she listens occasionally. And she doesn't know I feel this way, but I think we're going to have a productive discussion, you and I, about it, so that I don't have to tell her. She's just going to hear it through this. And you can help me with it. But I want your honest opinion. I don't want that to color your opinion. Okay? Okay. She's very...
Because I have no idea who you went to movies with, so...
Okay. Well, it's good that you don't know, because that won't color your thoughts, your opinion. So open mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling one person, as we suggested, and I want your opinion on this situation. Okay. As you know, I live with my mother and help my mother with some things. So I don't like to leave her too long.
Right.
Because I'm afraid she'll need me. And occasionally there's a window where I can slip out and go do stuff. I come to record the podcast, obviously. And occasionally I can be like, do a last minute, I'm going to go do this, Mom. Are you okay? I'll be back in a couple hours kind of thing. So we went to the matinee and saw the movie. Now, as we were leaving, she said, I'm starving. You want to go eat? And I said, I'm not really comfortable doing that. And she said, well, call your mom, see if she's okay, and then we'll grab some. She said, let's do a buffet. That'll be really quick. And it's a restaurant on the way home. I said, well, okay, I'll do it. I'll take the risk, and I'll call her and make sure she's okay. So we went into the buffet, and I was feeling nervous about it, her being in Joy. And I had told her that I can't, she knows my situation. I had told her that I really can't go to the movie and eat. So which would you rather do? Would you want to go eat together and catch up? Or, you can't really talk in a movie. Or you just want to watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
We won't really have time to catch up. And so then when we came out and she said, you want to go eat? I felt a little, like, I told you. I felt a little pressured. And pressure, my mom, is she going to be upset? Is she going to be okay? Is she going to be worried? I told her I was just running to a movie and coming back. And then I had prepared my friend that I couldn't go do both.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt a little pressure, and I thought we were passing right by the restaurant on the way home. Okay, I'll run in and eat. And she's, I want us to catch up or whatever. So we go in, we get the food, we sit down and start to talk. She eats. When I do a buffet, I like to pile on as much as I can in one trip. I'm just going to throw my salad on with my meat. And, so I just piled it all on, sat down. She was very proper and got her salad plate, made her a little salad, ate the salad. So she said, I'm going back for my meal. And she walked across the restaurant. Well, after about 10 minutes of not seeing her, I looked at the buffet and I couldn't see her. I couldn't see all the buffet, and there was a crowd. I didn't see her. And I thought, I wonder if she got stomach upset from the salad and had to go to the bathroom. So that's probably what it is. Then I thought, this is getting ridiculous. So I stood up and looked, and I saw her across the restaurant standing at a table talking to a girl. So I'm assuming she got intercepted on the way. She had her plate of food in her hand. And they proceeded to talk. And I finished my meal, basically. And then she came and sat back down to eat. While I was waiting, started getting more upset and more resentful, thinking, why, if you wanted to see me and talk to me, why are you standing over there talking to that person? And is that rude, or because we're such good friends for so long, should I understand what's happening? I didn't know all the facts, like who is she talking to? I didn't recognize her. And it just got to be ridiculous. So then she sat down and I said, I'm finished eating. I'm sorry, but I'm finished eating. And she said, well, I promise I'll eat fast, So I sit there kind of I never said another word about it. And she said, that's a girl that I went to kindergarten with and elementary school with. And I haven't seen her since then. And I walked by and she recognized me. And so we were catching up, and we're going to get her number and we're going to do something. So was I wrong to feel resentful about that situation? I didn't say anything after that, but it kind of weighed on me. Like, was I being selfish and overreacting? Especially after hearing the story of who it was. How would you feel?
Okay, you know how I am on time? Okay, because people's time is valuable.
Right.
I mean, because you don't ever get it back. I think that she, first of all, asking you to go eat wasn't being very respectful of your time.
Okay.
Because you do have obligations and things that you have to do. And just for her to suggest that, I think, she should have said, well, we'll just, plan another time. She should go eat or whatever. Or go through a drive-through that's going to be quick and talk on the way back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I understand her running into a friend, especially if she hasn't seen her since kindergarten. But again, she knew you were sitting at the table, and she said, "Hey, let me get your number, and let's catch up." Because I've got a friend that's sitting at the table, and we're eating.
That's the way I felt. And I'm trying. This is Giggles and gratitude, and I thought, I'm feeling anger, and is that wrong? Is that selfish of me? I'm going to talk to Tia about it. And I thought, well, I'll just talk about it on this because I'm so grateful for her friendship, and I'm glad that she saw somebody she knew in there catch up. But I just felt Would that be disrespected, or would that be?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Because it was being disrespectful of your time. That's the whole, and I'm a stickler for time.
Now, if you were with someone, one of your friends, and they did that, and you weren't in a hurry, you're just having a leisurely lunch, and we're going to spend the afternoon together, would you keep thinking, who's that person, and what am I, because if I go out to eat with someone, and that time is so precious to me, maybe if it wasn't, I wouldn't be so picky about the experience of sitting with my friend and eating and picturing it a certain way, and then you just basically ate by yourself.
Right. Now, see, if I did not have the obligations, and I was just out for just a leisurely lunch and I didn't have anything to do or whatever, and the friend I was with ran into somebody they knew, then I probably wouldn't really care that much.
Okay.
Only because I'm not on a time restriction, because I can entertain myself. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if I'm finished eating, I can look at my phone or whatever, or, go get a second helping.
That's what I should have done.
No.
I should have got dessert.
If it was a buffet, why didn't you?
What was I thinking? See, I was too busy sitting there
Stewing?
Stewing.
Yeah.
Stewing is the perfect word.
Okay.
So I wasn't fuming, but I was
Right.
stewing.
Right. And, sometimes stewing becomes boiling.
Exactly.
And it's like, wow.
Yeah, exactly. But I did, if you haven't listened to our episode, Shut Up or Speak Up, I did hold my tongue, and I was thinking about our episode. I thought, you value this friendship, and just let it go. Now,
But
if she's
now
listening now, she's probably going to be upset.
But now, would be a perfect time because you've had time to reflect.
Yeah.
So now you can go back and talk about it, like, very calmly and not being in a whoo.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I don't think I would do the same thing in reverse. I was trying to think, Dena, what would you do if you saw somebody? Would you be so wrapped up in the conversation that you'd say, oh, wait a minute, I got my friend over here. But not that long, like 15 minutes. That's a long time.
No.
Yeah. So I value her friendship, and she's hearing this now. If she doesn't say anything to me about it, I'll know she just says she listens and she doesn't listen.
Okay.
Then we will have a problem. Well, thank you for helping me with that, T.
I'm sorry, that was funny right there. Oh,
Did you
we're
listen
really
last
going to have a problem now.
I'll be fuming then. Now, usually you say, I have a devotion, or I have something I read that applies to that situation.
Oh.
Does it fit in with the...
Well, I don't... Yes, it does in a backwards way.
Okay, let's hear it.
No, I'm not kidding. It's going to be in a backwards way.
Okay, my favorite way.
The title of it, Dena, is Community of Love.
Oh, yeah, that is backwards.
Oh, wow.
Now you're going to make me feel bad.
Okay, no. This is funny, though. Okay, in the spring of 2023, football quarterback Derek Carr signed a contract with the New Orleans Saints. This came after playing the Las Vegas Raiders, formerly known as the Oakland Raiders, for 9 seasons, after they drafted in 2014. When asked by reporters about his family's transition to a new city and how they would be involved within the community, Carr expressed his plan to love on people. He said, we just try and always be open to that and what the Lord is saying to us and how to help the community and just love the people of New Orleans. My faith is number one. That'll never change. There is great joy to be had in serving one's community. You can celebrate together, mourn together, grow together, encourage each other, and love one another. That is what the Apostle Paul did when the church of Philippi. In his opening remarks in Philippians 1, Paul expressed his love and shared how his love continued to grow despite his imprisonment. He encouraged them further by saying, and this I pray, that your love may abound. Are you a part of a community where you can serve? If so, remember to let your love abound wherever you are. Now, Dena, that was not to make you feel bad because you were with your friend fellowshipping and having a great time. So in a community or in a relationship, it can be, there's struggles. There's different kind. You can mourn together. You can, together. You can love together. So, but I mean, I just do think it's that really hit me because I just think that community is important, and I don't think I'm speaking for myself. I do not do enough in my community.
Yeah, I don't either. I think we can all do more.
Yes.
I used to do more, a few years ago. I used to go to the food banks and things, but I mean, you're part of that group that does a lot of stuff too. I love how he said I'm just going to love on people,
Right.
No matter where I am, I'm just going to.
I know,
matter
but
where
I bet you anything, if he was like pressed for time.
You're trying to make me feel better. Well, I should have rejoiced if I had recognized the person that she was talking to and said, "Oh my gosh, we haven't seen her in forever." I would have probably relaxed and thought, "Well, that's why she's talking for so long." I guess it wasn't a jealousy thing, but it was you wanted to have lunch with me, and now I'm having lunch by myself, and you're, you know what I mean? I keep dwelling on it, but I don't think I mentally handled it well, and I should have been rejoicing in that she saw somebody that she hadn't seen in forever, and that I should have had patience. Patience was a problem, I guess.
Do you all know the same people?
A lot of them.
Oh, okay.
We went to different elementary schools.
Oh, okay.
But middle school and high school, we did go together. But,
okay.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm going to talk to her about this before this show airs.
Okay, just for
you
fun.
won't be blindsided. Yeah, I like that. So, yeah, I think about athletes, how they get traded and their whole life is uprooted. And it was the Los Angeles Raiders or was it the Oakland? Which way was it?
It was the Oakland Raiders.
Forever. And then they switched that up so I can see it. And he's just going to make the most of the community that he's put in. That's a great attitude.
A great attitude.
To have, yeah. You can always love wherever you are. And
right.
I was not full of love in that Shoney's.
Okay.
It was a Shoney's.
Okay.
Or Bob's Big Boy, I think it's called.
Okay, I was wondering, did they still have those?
They do. They have.
And they have a buffet?
And it survived COVID, yes.
Wow.
And they have breakfast on one side and dinner on the other at all times.
Wow.
And it's $9.99.
Ooh, that's
can
even
you beat
better.
That? You want to go?
Wow. I hope I run into somebody I went to school with.
No. I would flip the table. I would do what Jesus did. What would Jesus do? Flip this dang table.
That's like one of your Sunday funnies.
Yeah, that's right. It was.
I mean, literally.
I did see something on, I guess it was probably on Facebook. It was a time-lapse video of someone planting a seed in a little pot, and it grew into not a huge plant, but a fairly large plant, in just a few seconds' time. And I started crying. It takes a lot to make me cry. And I realized I was crying because I was overwhelmed with how much God loves us. Just watching that plant, that kind of that thought hit me out of the blue. Like, wow, looking at that plant, did I think God really loves us to create that system where you put a little seed in a pot, care for it enough, and it's going to grow and actually could feed you or give you oxygen or give you shade. I mean, it's just amazing to me, and I was overwhelmed.
Exactly, because that's how he loves us. I mean, before we were in our mother's womb, he loved us before.
Yeah. And I thought, I'm going to comment under that. It wasn't a religious post. I wish I could find it because, I've seen those a lot. I'm sure we all have, but it just really touched me. And I was going to I just was overwhelmed with God's love for us by watching this. And when I went to the comments, everybody was saying that. This just shows you how much God loves us. Why am I crying now? And I was so uplifted that even though it wasn't a religious account, people were thinking of God just like me.
Absolutely.
It was amazing.
That's awesome.
It is.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
And by the way, that devotion, that was from, my little mentor, Dr. Jeremiah.
Your boyfriend.
Yeah, my boyfriend.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I had a note down here, plant, and that made me think of.
Well, I'm glad. Okay, well, I just found some just really awesome things, and I thought I'd just bounce them off you.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay. All right. You may be wondering how you can accept yourself since you know how much you blow it in sin. The answer is this.
Yeah, you do too.
If God accepts you, Who are you to reject yourself?
Yes.
Okay, that's by Mark Malding.
I have seen that, and maybe not those exact words, but I thought, yeah, am I saying that God's not a good judgment?
No. See, that's why every time I run across something like this, and
Yeah.
like, it's like a punch in the gut or something,
Yeah.
then I think, ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to have to, because if it makes me stop and think, then, because you
don't stop.
You even went like this.
My head went back.
Yeah, you backed back.
Yeah. That could also go the other way. If God forgave somebody who did something against you, why can't you? You too good to forgive them?
Right.
That's the hard one. Ooh.
No, that is the hard one. That is the hard one. Okay, ready? All right.
I don't know.
Practice the pause. When in doubt, pause. When in anger, pause. When tired, pause. When stressed, pause. And when you pause, pray. Guess who that's by? Toby Mac.
Wow. See, I could
fun?
have done that in Shoney's. If I had paused, prayed for patience and compassion.
Oh, don't ever pray for patience.
Oh, because God will make you wait forever.
Oh, he'll teach you patience. I promise he will.
The first 3 paws, I'm thinking, doggy paws. I love doggy paws.
Okay.
Then I realized what you were saying.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be about loving the love of a dog. It's pure.
No, pause. You know something? Maybe it's my speaking.
No,
That's
pause
good.
sounds
Okay.
like paw. I mean, how would you say it differently? Pause.
Pause.
Paw.
Pause.
Paw.
And then pause.
Oh, so dog is paw.
Paw. I'm kidding. They do sound alike.
They do.
I'm just, okay.
Yes, I could have used all those things in that Shoney's that day.
Okay, you ready for another one?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not a Christian because I'm strong and have it all together. I'm a Christian because I'm weak and admit I need a Savior. Now, guess who that's from? Lecrae.
Lecrae, is that a singer?
Yes, he's a gospel rapper.
Oh, okay.
I love him.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have heard that in different ways too. It's like people think if you're a Christian, you're all of a sudden you're made perfect, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not. You're never going to be perfect.
No one is. No one is.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, and you recognize your flaws and how you need God, you know.
Exactly.
I would say people who, not all, but some people who think they don't need God must think they're perfect. You know, must feel like they've got it all together. And I have said that to people who said that before. I thought, well, I'm glad you found the answers and you have it all together on your own, because I couldn't do it on my own, you know.
There's no way I could do it on my own. Ever.
Yeah.
I don't see how people do.
Yeah. And I think eventually they come around and realize this isn't working out for me.
You know something? You just said that, and it brings. See, I'm doing it now. What you just said pertains to this.
Okay.
When a train goes through a tunnel and it gets dark, you don't throw away the ticket and jump off. You sit still and trust the engineer. Corey Ten Boom.
That I like.
Okay,
She's
but
great.
just what you just said. I'm glad you have it all together. Okay, well, do they? Or are they putting their trust in who they should put their trust in?
Yeah.
You know?
You know the light at the end of that tunnel is coming. You trust that.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
I do too. Okay, as you walk through the valley of the unknown, you will find the footprints of Jesus both in front of you and beside you. That's Charles Stanley.
Both in front of you and beside you.
Right. He's all around you. He never leaves you.
Yeah, I like that too.
Okay, here's another one by Lecrae.
Okay.
Believe the best about people. Pray for their shortcomings. You are not the standard. We all need grace. Oh, wait a minute. That one made me
Now
gulp.
that applies to my Shoney's experience too, because I could have had felt grace for her.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, what was the thing before you said? Show grace. Believe the best in people. She wasn't over there thinking I'm ignoring Dena. She was excited about her friend that she.
Right.
See, I was all kinds of wrong. I was all kinds of
Well,
wrong.
no, because the point of it is you were still under restraints of time. That's a pure respect thing. I'm not dogging your
Yeah.
friend at all, but I mean, like I said, she should have said, "Hey, let me get your number and I'll call you. We'll catch up." You know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just as easy as that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Grace.
Okay.
You've shown me grace.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
We wrongly believe that the arch of our story is either too boring or too scandalous to be significant to God. That's by Casey Van Norman.
Okay, let me stare at that one. I really believe that the arch of story. I do feel that way.
Why?
I feel, and I know it's the devil talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm not. What is lovable about me and what is special about me that God could spend any time on? I mean, how would I bring him joy or please him? I don't know. Let me see it again.
Okay. He made you.
I know.
Okay.
But,
so he made
or I'm
you.
boring. Yeah, I'm not like, I haven't overcome a big, like an addiction, or I don't have a big dramatic story that I've overcome that he can use me as an example of. I guess I just haven't been bad enough. I haven't been extreme enough in any way. I haven't been bad enough or good enough to. I wouldn't have my own story in the Bible. Let me put it that way. I've thought that before.
Oh no, because he used just that. People that were of zero significance to literally put in what he left us, the Bible. And it's about just ordinary people. What do you think Moses did?
Well, I mean, yeah, but he ended up doing tremendous.
He had a speech impediment, and God used him. Okay, Abraham. I mean, and we can go through all the women in the Bible that were nothing. I mean, there were. Mary wasn't. She was just the mother of Jesus. She was just like a teenage girl that was getting ready to marry Joseph. She was nothing. But she had faith and believed. And she didn't say, I don't know how I'm going to get pregnant. I mean, she just said, well, I'm a virgin. I don't have. And then the angel said, well,
guess what?
You will become the mother of the Messiah.
Yeah.
And what was her response? If you say it will, it will. Yeah. And it was like, something I'm thinking, ooh, could I've ever been that bold as how Mary was? I don't know. No. Because that just, wow, that's a lot. Yeah. But you don't have to be, and you there's nothing you can do to please God. You can't work your way to him. He just loves and accepts you as you are, period. It's just, everybody makes it difficult, and it's really not. It's the most simplistic, simple thing. We love because he first loved us. That's all you really have to think. You don't have to do, or he loves the little Dena that he sees every single time you wake up or you go to bed, and he's always with you, and you amuse him, I promise. You amuse God probably far more than a lot of people because you make him giggle.
Oh, I love the thought of that.
Well, it's like your daddy, only it's your heavenly daddy.
Yeah.
And didn't your dad love to see you giggle, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so does your heavenly Father.
Well, thank you for saying that, Tia.
Well,
because sometimes I think, what is lovable about me? I'm not.
Everything
I'm not trying to get reassurance. I'm just saying that's a thought that goes through my head, and I think, devil, get out of my head.
That you need him to. You need to tell Satan to go straight back to hell where he belongs and stay there.
Yeah.
Exactly. And get out of my face. Yeah.
I saw a meme and I can't remember, something like, oh, I thought I heard somebody who got kicked out of heaven speaking just now. It's like, I'm not listening to you. You got kicked out of heaven. Why would I listen to you?
Exactly. And that's what you need to repeat to yourself,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, thank you for all that.
Okay, I've got one more.
Okay, let's do one more, and then we'll go to Tia time.
Okay. When the Bible says, do not lean on your own understanding, the Bible is being serious. Your heart is deceitful. Your emotions fluctuate. Your understanding does not see the overall big picture. God never lies. God never changes. God knows all. Trust Him. See?
Yep, there's my message.
There it is. Jesus the way. That's where that one came from.
Love it.
I do,
thank you,
too.
Tia. I appreciate you being my counselor today.
Okay.
To let me bounce things up. No, I mean, really, I made this whole episode about my impatience and frustration and
I know, but
lack of understanding.
let me ask you a question, though. How many listeners do you think have been through that exact scenario or something similar, and listening to us go back and forth, because you're the one that was sitting there, and I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I think that listeners can take things that you said and the feelings you had, and vice versa with mine, and then maybe work out things that they're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Should I still be mad at him, or should I still be mad at her? And should I have given them maybe a little bit more benefit of the doubt? Or am I right, and should I address it? Because there's times to address things.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate that. That's a good perspective, Tia.
Okay, well.
I love you.
I love you.
All right, we're going to go to Tia time. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you'll listen to You Know Something, our episode on Wednesdays, where we talk about a different topic and learn about it. And that's all from me.
Well, that's all for me.
I love you, Tia. Bye-bye.
I love you. Bye-bye.
Tia time's next.
Hello, and welcome to Tia Time. Today's Tia Time actually was from a friend of mine, and she sent it, and I asked her, did you write that? And she said, no. And I said, well, do you know who did? And she said, no, I found it on Facebook. But it really just, I loved it. So I just wanted to share that today. So here we go. My friendships look different the older I get. We aren't planning carefree happy hours after work anymore, or gossiping about who is dating who, or worrying about what is trendy to wear. We're helping each other with really hard marriage stuff and unexpected losses and health scares and struggling kids and financial stress. These are the golden friends, the ones who have stuck through the years and changes in long spaces. Sometimes we talk every day. Sometimes weeks or months go by. But every time we do it, it feels like no time has passed at all. We are the first to offer love and encouragement and don't take offense when space is needed. We let the tears flow, whether it's from laughter or sadness. We have each other's backs, even when we aren't in the same room. We accept each other for who we are, flaws, quirks, and all. We understand that life isn't always black and white. There isn't often a right answer, and don't really understand something until you've been through it yourself. There's no judgment or shame, because at this point, every single one of us have been through our own version of hardship. And even though we're a little more tired and wrinkled now, and a little softer or saggier in some places, getting older is such a gift, because we are also much wiser, stronger, and confident in ourselves. We're better at letting the little stuff go and savoring the good. We are authentically, gloriously free to be ourselves. And no matter how far apart we get, being back together always feels like coming home. This really, really got me, and I'm sure it's going to get a whole lot of you all out there, because, if you're fortunate enough to have those golden friends, It is like the biggest gift from God ever. So I hope everybody has a blessed week.